There shouldn't be anyone on the Warriors that's more excited about the CP3 trade than Jonathan Kuminga. When I tell you Kuminga's about to eat, I don't think y'all fully understand what I mean by that. Kuminga's going from playing with Jordan Poole, who was 3rd in the league in turnovers, someone who routinely dribbles off his foot and would slip 2 times a game like he's goddamn Scooby-Doo, to playing with one of the greatest facilitators of all time in Chris Paul. Look, I'm not trying to pile on Jordan Poole, but I gotta give context when I explain why Joker's gonna look like a whole different player playing next to Chris Paul. JP's not a true point guard. He's a combo guard that's capable, but not reliable as a facilitator. Here's Chris Paul's assist percentage compared to Jordan Poole's. For his career, Chris Paul has a 45% assist rate. And even at age 38, he had a 38.7% assist rate last season to only a 13.4 turnover rate. Compare that to Jordan Poole's 22.5 assist rate last season and a 14.7 turnover rate. I mean, the playmaking's not even close. JP never figured out how to play, make, and score at the same time. It was always one or the other from game to game. And when he tried to do both, it usually resulted in a high turnover game. Now in Poole's defense, he was clearly struggling to adjust to his role off the bench that he wasn't comfortable in. And the Warriors didn't do him any favors playing him with all young players to start the season. Those lineup combinations to start the year were a joke. Poole thrived in 2022, playing in vet-heavy lineups next to guys like Otto Porter, Damian Lee, GP2, Bjelica, and JTA. Those guys played within themselves, knew how to execute, knew where to be on the court, and most importantly, there weren't a bunch of young dudes all trying to figure out their game at the same time in the second unit like last season. Fast forward to last season, the Warriors let all their key vets off the bench go, handing keys to the young dudes, a job they clearly wasn't ready for. So I'm not putting all the blame for the underperforming second unit on JP. But now that Chris Paul's the captain of the second unit, guys like Moody and especially Kuminga are going to be the biggest beneficiaries. Here's what Draymond had to say about Chris Paul unlocking Kuminga.
Chris Paul will completely unlock Jonathan Kuminga and his growth. CP is great with young guys. DeAndre Ayton looked like a bust before CP came to Phoenix. No disrespect to Ayton, more so a nod to CP. I think what he will do for Jonathan Kuminga and unlocking Kuminga is huge.
Like Draymond said, Chris Paul's great at elevating young players. When you talk about Mikal Bridges, Cam Johnson, and DeAndre Ayton's progression, CP3 had a lot to do with that when he came on board in Phoenix. Just look at some of these examples of what it's going to be like for Kuminga playing next to Chris Paul. And all these clips you about to see, just imagine that's Kuminga he's passing to. All right, first clip, we got Mikal Bridges cutting, then whoop, a textbook bounce pass past 3 defenders. Here we go again, look, whoop, another textbook bounce pass past 3 defenders. Kuminga better be cutting like crazy this season. Next clip, easy whoop over a center's outstretched arm to Bridges. I'm telling you, all Kuminga has to do is fill the lane and run hard. If you give Kuminga these type of looks, it's a dunk 9 out of 10 times. I'll give you another example. Chris Paul had Bismack Biyombo looking like an actual NBA player these past few seasons in Phoenix. I don't care what nobody says. Biyombo's trash, bruh. He made him at least look like a serviceable backup center for the regular season. Look at this, man. It's too easy. Again, imagine that's Kuminga rolling to the rim instead of Biyombo. Kuminga's way faster, way more athletic, and a way better finisher. He'd be on top of the rim before the defense could even react. To maximize a Chris Paul Kuminga 2-man game, the Warriors still need to sign a stretch big to give them space to operate. If you're running that 2-man game with CP and JK, and there's no big man camp in the paint, Kuminga's gonna have a runway for dunks all game. Warriors are still waiting on word from Sarge, who's apparently praying that he'd open up a roster spot. If the Warriors don't get Sarge, they better figure it out somehow, because a stretch big is essential to making some of these lineup combinations work. But if they do get a stretch big, Chris Paul's gonna have Kuminga looking like a $25 million a year player by the end of the season. The amount of easy buckets Kuminga's gonna get rolling to the rim is gonna be ridiculous. He shoots 72% from 0 to 3 feet for his career. I'm willing to bet between the easier looks he's gonna get playing next to Chris Paul, plus his natural progression improving as a finisher, he's gonna go from 72% at the rim to like 77. Look at these looks he's gonna be getting just rolling to the rim. Like, come on, bro, Kuminga's finishing all these. Anyways, that's all I got for y'all. If you enjoyed the content, do me a favor and like the video. It helps the channel grow. If you wanna subscribe, that'd be dope too. I really appreciate it. I'll catch you on the next one.